back to the Daily News Now Tonight. Today we'll be shedding some light on the situation in Venezuela, more specifically the mass killings by the Maduro regime. The organization Genocide Watch has labeled the situation as a genocide emergency, meaning there is an active genocide within Venezuela, but an expert's reevaluation of the situation might have this emergency reclassified. More on this from our reporter, Max Hillman.
Thank you, Julian. As you can see here, I am in Venezuela, and from what I've seen with my own eyes and heard from the people, the conditions here are terrible, but not quite a genocide. Some of the stages of genocide are here, but as you can see later, there are not enough to consider this a genocide. Before I list off the stages, know that the evidence from this article by NPR, the stage that we see here is organization. The government has plans in place in order to suppress the people and keep the regime in power. Another stage we see here is persecution. As the government will remove posters and people they see as undesirable by labeling them as terrorists in order to lock them in jail and torture them until they agree to comply with the state. Another stage we see here is extermination. The government will kill people that oppose them directly, but will purposefully deny people basic health care, leading them to die preventable causes. The last stage we see here is denial. As the government maintains that the people are the roots of the cause of all the death and destruction, that's about it for me. Back to you, Julian.
Thanks, Max. Now, many of you will think that those stages are enough to classify this situation as a genocide, but it happens to miss a key piece of a genocide, which is that a single group of people is being classified and systematically eliminated. Since the government is targeting everyone that opposes them, and not just a specific group of people, this cannot be considered a genocide. Now, although not a genocide, this is still a terrible tragedy and needs to be solved as soon as possible. One way to do this, although the most difficult, would be to overthrow the Maduro regime and rebuild the country with a new democracy. Okay, today we talked a little bit about the situation in Venezuela, and we hope we were able to convince you that the situation is not quite what Genocide Watch makes it seem to be. Thank you for watching this segment. Stay tuned, because after this short ad break, we have a story for you will not want to miss about a murderous cat on the loose in Cincinnati. Thank you.